Thank you, Commander. The future of Zavala's journey. Earlier this year, we lost Lance Reddick, the English language voice actor of Commander Zavala. The passion and professionalism Lance brought to the role over the last decade was unmistakable and loved by all. Lance's iconic voice led us through the most intense moments in Destiny's history, and his impact on our Guardians, our community, and Bungie as a whole will never be forgotten. Commander Zavala has been central to the story we've been telling since the original Destiny, and we have plans to continue his journey. Keith David, a prolific actor on the stage and in television, film, and games, will assume the English language voice of Zavala in the final shape and beyond. Separately, Lance's existing lines in game will remain untouched for the upcoming release. Dude, I love this guy. Now, this was a question we had. We were wondering what was going to happen. Some of the options were AI version of Zavala, which, I mean, I don't know. Legally, I don't know if Bungie could do that. The other option was actually retiring Zavala to his office, which was like a way to immortalize him, you know, and essentially like he never has any more part in the story. At the same time, it's like they have plans, which they obviously do have plans to have him, Zavala, still be a very pivotal person going forward, then that's probably not going to work. But if you're wondering about like Keith David, dude, he's been in so many things, man. This is who's going to be voicing Zavala.
Madam Presidentress, I'm President of America, which is basically the world, but you didn't hear it from me. His name is Todd Chavez. He's the most giving man the world has ever known. My friend's trust is not the issue today, Spartan Locke. It is my trust you must earn. No, I'm not the other anything. I'm me. You can keep your fucking pride and die right now, or you can be a man and walk away. My kind have no names, but you humans call me Goliath. You don't end up hitting the damn thing and it makes you look like an ass. Is this how you protect and serve? Who made you God, little man? Not that gun, not that uniform, nothing. I got voodoo, I got hoodoo, I got things I ain't even tried.
Oh, man.
I got friends on the other side.
Okay, all right. That is amazing. So, listen, Lance will always be Zavala, but this is huge. It really makes me wonder what the direction Bungie's going to go with. And also, I think he's going to be able to nail Zavala's voice perfectly. Now, becoming the new Vanguard leader, Keith said, I am honored to continue the great work of Lance Reddick as Zavala. Lance captured the character's sense of integrity so wonderfully. It is my intention to continue that work. Bungie is honored to continue the relationship that began with Keith during the days of Halo, and the team is excited for what he brings to the role of the commander. We will always remain respectful to the roles Zavala has played thus far and look forward to the journey ahead. All right? Well, there you go, guys. That is the direction Bungie's going to be taking with Zavala in the respect of, you know, I know a lot of people are like, shouldn't Zavala just be retired at this point? I feel like you're right. I feel like Lance wouldn't want Zavala just to be kicked out of the story, right? He was very much involved with the story. I feel like he probably would have picked Keith to fill these shoes. Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week in Destiny, moin moin. Hello in German. Guardians. This week, we share some cool stuff about the changes coming in the next season, and your lucky streak continues. Not only to finish your fishing triumphs, but also to get your hands on the newest exotic scout rifle we could implement. But before we start, let's look back at last week's topics. Solstice reminders and updates, Trials community map winner, player support weekly reports, the community art of the week, and movie of the week picks. This week, we'll take a look at the following. An important update on the future of Zavala's journey, new exotic mission rotator details, recap of dev insights, season 22 abilities and armor change preview, which we went over just yesterday, age gating changes, Grandmaster Psi Ops Battleground Moon is back, luckily returns until August 15th. Reminder, save the date for the August 22nd Destiny 2 showcase. The Witch Queen enters PlayStation Plus. Oh, wow. And the Art of the Week, Movie of the Week picks. By the way, PlayStation Plus for the Witch Queen? Very nice. Thank you, Commander. Earlier this year, we lost Lance Reddick, the English language voice actor for Commander Zavala. Lance's iconic performance led us through some of the most intense moments in Destiny's history, and his impact on our Guardian, our community, and Bungie as a whole will never be forgotten. Today, we announced that the prolific television, film, and voice actor Keith David will be taking over the role of Zavala in the final shape and beyond. We are thrilled that Keith has accepted the role and honored to be working with him as we continue sharing the Commander's story. And yes, we covered that. Guys, I think it's amazing. Don't get me wrong. You know, there were some things we could have done there with Zavala. They could have retired him to the office. But again, like we mentioned earlier, we feel like Lance wouldn't have wanted that, right? And Keith is just such a force to be reckoned with. Him taking over as Zavala is fantastic. Yeah, it's a huge move. I can't believe they actually got him. Now, Exotic Mission Rotator is coming. With Season 22 right around the corner, we wanted to peel back the curtain on some of the new details about the Exotic Mission Rotator. Let's start with the goals. A home for seasonal exotic missions after the year has passed, and a place where over time, we can bring fan-favorite exotic missions back from the past. A source of seasonal exotic mission weapons and their associated catalysts. A new and consistent source of legacy seasonal rewards. Now, to support these goals, and so that we can continue to add content to this rotator in the future, we needed to create rules and modify how these activities and the rewards work. Exotic weapons entering the playlist will become craftable. Huge. Each mission features a normal and legendary difficulty. Each mission features a pool of legacy seasonal rewards, armor, and craftable weapons. That have thematic overlap with their associated mission. Each mission features the same reward behavior. Mission dialogue and narrative move forward after each activity completion and reset after all dialogue sets have been played. Legacy triumphs cannot be progressed. Below is the list of exotic missions and their associated rewards that are available starting in Season 22. These missions will rotate weekly and continue throughout the Lightfall year and beyond. We'll be adding exotic missions that launch during Lightfall seasons into rotation with the final shape, and you can expect more additions to follow. So Presage. Here we go. They're just going to give it to us. Exotic weapon. Dead Man's Tale, now craftable with a new trait pool. We were wondering if we were going to get a new trait pool. Armor and weapons from Season The Chosen. Seasonal weapons. There you go. Nezarec's Whisper. Bump in the Night. Tears of Contrition. Hall of Denial. Firefly. Without Remorse. There it is. So listen, this is actually an excellent way to earn old weapons that have rotated out of the loot pool, especially for folks that are trying to get the craftable versions of these weapons. I know that Gunsmith brings in some of these every now and then, so you're able to pick them up there, but that's RNG. This is something that you can actually get, and I think a lot of us are going to go after these exotics again just for those craftable rolls. And now that they've confirmed with a new trade pool for, I'm assuming, going to be for every exotic, that's huge. Now, Opulent weapons, Allstringer, Drang, Beloved, Callous Mini Tool, Eidolon Pursuant Armor Set. There you go. That's huge. Requires ownership, though, of Beyond Light or Season The Chosen. I'm curious to see what they do with harmonizers. I guess that's just going to still be a thing within the Season Pass, but this is going to be the primary way to go after those past seasonal weapons you may have missed. Vox Obscura, Exotic Weapon, Dead Messenger, now craftable with an additional trait, okay? Armor and weapons from Season The Risen, Seasonal weapons, Explosive Personality, one of the best grenade launchers you can get, guys. Recurrent Impact, Under Your Skin, Sweet Sorrow, Thoughtless, and Peace of Mind. Also, the Tusk Allegiance armor set requires ownership of the Witch Queen or Season The Risen. Now, Operation Seraph Shield, Exotic Weapon, Revision 0, still craftable, so no changes there. Armor weapons from Season The Seraph, so Season Weapons, Fire and Forget, Tripwire Canary, Disparity, Path of Least Resistance, Judgment of Kelgarath, Retrofit Escapade, and then all of the Ikelos weapons. Requires ownership of Witch Queen or Season the Seraph. So Bungie essentially is knocking out two birds with one stone. They're bringing back those old exotic missions that I know a lot of us enjoyed playing, but a lot of us probably wouldn't do those missions again unless there was a good reason to. And this is that other reason. If you wanted to pick up those craftable rolls, if you wanted to get that exotic with a new trait or a new set of traits, you can do so. I'm curious to see, though, if they're going to add anything else. I know right here, Revision 0 is already craftable, if they might still add something there. Now, each exotic mission that enters the rotator will feature the same reward behavior. Now, weapon crafting rewards. First completion of the mission on normal or legendary difficulty will award the exotic deep sight weapon associated with the mission. Extracting or dismantling this deep sight weapon will grant the pattern. Now, each completion of the normal or legendary version of the exotic mission will award an intrinsic upgrade that can be used when crafting the exotic weapon. Now, each completion of the legendary version of the exotic mission will award a catalyst upgrade for the crafted exotic weapon. Also with multiple catalysts, right? Changing the gun up, changing the weapon up. That's why you're going to want to do the legendary version, but also do runs, multiple runs at a time. Now, armor and weapon rewards. The normal legendary versions of the missions have separate weekly reward lockouts. Weekly mission rewards, one guaranteed deep sight weapon that has not had its pattern unlocked, and one armor piece that has not already been obtained based on your current class. Now, if all weapon patterns and armor have been attained for the in rotation mission, a random roll drop will be awarded, okay? That's good. On every completion, you will receive an additional weapon from the mission's weapon pool. However, this weapon will have no knockouts or guaranteed deep sight behavior. The weapon can roll with deep sight, but this would be on a random percentage chance. So it's always that first completion. Alongside the mission rewards, there's also a weekly challenge. This weekly challenge has the same armor weapon pool as the exotic mission, which is in rotation. The challenge rewards will be output at pinnacle power and will prioritize the rewards in the following order. 1 guaranteed deep sight weapon that has not had its pattern unlocked. If weapon patterns have all been unlocked, the challenge will award 1 armor piece that has not been obtained based on your current class. And if all weapon patterns and armors have been obtained for the in-rotation mission, the challenge will output a random weapon or armor. Additionally, the exotic mission gives bonus progress with the Xenology quest from Xur, 4 points for completing on normal difficulty and 7 for completing on legendary. All right, I do want to mention something before we get into anything else. Do not run off and delete, not that you would, but don't run off and delete things like Dead Man's Tale. Again, it's got a new trait pool, but this does not necessarily mean it's better than the current trait pool. And this is where you run into a scenario like DXR, where the previous iteration of that weapon, when that weapon came around as a craftable version, those traits didn't exist on that weapon anymore, which could make a big difference for you. So I still wouldn't go out and just like shred your vaults. If you're cleaning your vaults in the final few weeks here, don't go, delete your Dead Man's Tale. But all around, guys, this is a fantastic change. I wasn't necessarily that crazy when I heard about the exotic mission rotator because I've already got the exotics. But these are incentives for us to go after it. A lot of bad luck protection there. And again, the main kicker here is giving us the opportunity, or giving some of you the opportunity that did not get these previous weapons and their craftable rolls. This is your opportunity to get those weapons. Dev Inside recap. With yesterday's Dev Inside article, we showed you our plans for some of the changes coming in Season 22. We want to make some exotics a good alternative in your arsenal and give you an easier option to counter barricades in PvP. Also, we have some tweaks for Strand, so if you haven't read it yet, give it a go. All these changes are coming in Season 22. Yeah, guys, we covered it yesterday. Just know this, Suspend, especially for my Abby and Leap Titans, it's getting heavily nerfed. I mean, it's going to be pretty harsh. And I understand where they were coming from about it being the skeleton key to pretty much everything in-game PvE content. And things like barricades getting nerfed, that's going to really suck, especially for like my Lorely users. There were some indirect nerfs. And I saw a comment yesterday about, again, yet another example of PvE getting nerfed because of PvP. And I get that. I get that. It does suck. I wish there was a separation. I would have actually gone the other route and just made barricades just weaker. Keep the cooldown, but just make them weaker inside of PvP. And I know they're already going that direction, and they did already make those adjustments. And then I think a long time ago, Les gave an example that would have been great, is if instead of getting a full-blown overshield when you pop your barricade with, like, say, Bastion, instead you, like a Rift, when you pop your barricade, it just like your overshield just slowly accumulates, right? You can still run off and go do whatever, but you put it down and it slowly just ticks up like you would if you were sitting in a healing rift, which I thought would be a great way to A, lock in that tide, and B, if you shoot out the barricade before it fully gives the overshield, then, it actually incentivizes you to be more proactive and play offensively there. Now, age gating changes on all Bungie services. Starting on August 15, 2023, in order to be fully compliant with an evolving landscape of digital service legislation around the world, Bungie.net users will be prompted for their birth date and country of origin or residence when signing in or creating a new account. All active sessions will expire on this date, including our Destiny 2 companion app, any third-party sites, etc. You will need to sign in again and then enter your birth date and country of origin or residence to use these services. For more information on how Bungie uses stores players' data, please see our privacy policy. Okay, now Psi Ops Battleground Moon return. Are you ready for a challenging Grandmaster? Indeed it is. Since the Lightfall launch, we've implemented more and more battlegrounds to the Grandmaster playlist. One battleground in particular was very challenging and returned this week. Can you beat the Psi Ops Battleground on Moon? You'll have to bring your best build and gear to clear this one, so buckle up if you think you're ready for the challenge. It is a tough one, but I would say the most demoralizing thing about it was, the very beginning. I know they fixed the bug, or it should have been fixed, guys, where you're able to get platinum even if you push to that Lucent Hive and pass those champs. Like, you couldn't do that before, and you wouldn't get platinum before. August 22nd is just around the corner. Only 2 more weeks until our 2023 Destiny 2 showcase. While you're learning about what we need to do to follow the witness into the portal, we are prepping for that last showcase in the Light and Darkness saga. So don't forget to put that mark on a calendar August 22nd, 9 a.m. Pacific. Pre-show will begin at 8 a.m. Yeah, guys, we will be live that morning. We will be watching lore stuff. We'll probably be watching some recap videos because all the veil containment and everything. Again, everything is contextual. So from Lightfall to now, lots of things have been split up. If you're confused, completely understandable. I'm sure Mylan will have a wonderful video and we'll be able to watch it all. And that way we're all on the same page. And that makes everything a lot more sweeter. Now, good news for all PS Plus Extra and Premium subscribers. The Witch Queen will be joining the August 2023 PlayStation Plus game catalog for 6 months. Starting on August 15th, everybody who has the PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium will have access to the Witch Queen the next time they log into Destiny 2 on the PlayStation. Have fun challenging Savathun and be aware of the Lucent Hive. Other than that, we do have an end of the season reminder, probably some known issues, and that's your TWAB, guys. The exotic mission Rotator is the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing revealed today. That is a huge win. I am excited about the exotic mission Rotator. And that is a very, very nice change. I can't tell you how many times people have come into like old videos, old reviews of weapons and been like, how do I earn that weapon that you're using? How do I get that weapon? How do I get the craftable version of that weapon? And now we're actually going to be like, here you go. I think the only thing that I want to be added here is, where is the Whisper mission? Don't get me wrong, I love these other missions, but where is Whisper? Where is Outbreak? Let's be patient. Maybe it's on its way. Oh yeah, Hawkmoon, right? Maybe it's on its way. Maybe. So there are other missions. Maybe Bungie is rolling out these exotic missions and then they're gonna roll out the other ones. I hope so. Starting next week, we're gonna be speaking with a more positive tone. All right. I'm gonna go into this. I'm not gonna be hyped or overhyped. I'm gonna be fairly neutral. Okay. We are not gonna say the word over delivery one time next week or during the reveal. We're gonna pump the brakes on it. Willing to wager a god roll on that cross? I will wager a god roll. We will, for 1 week. Actually, from now until the end of the reveal, we will not say the word over delivery.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.